jQuery is a cross-platform JavaScript library designed to simplify the client-side scripting of HTML. It was released in January 2006 at Barcamp NYC by John Reisig. It is currently developed by a team of developers led by Dave Mthven. Used by over 60% of the 10,000 most visited websites, jQuery is the most popular JavaScript library in use today. jQuery is free, open-source software, licensed under the MIT license. jQuery's syntax is designed to make it easier to navigate a document, select DOM elements, create animations, handle events, and develop AJAX applications. jQuery also provides capabilities for developers to create plugins on top of the JavaScript library. This enables developers to create abstractions for low-level interaction and animation, advanced effects and high-level, themeable widgets. The modular approach to the jQuery library allows the creation of powerful dynamic web pages and web applications. The set of jQuery core features are DOM element selections, traversal and manipulation are enabled by its selector engine, created a new programming style, fusing algorithms and DOM data structures. This style influenced the architecture of other JavaScript frameworks like YUIV3 and Dojo, later stimulating the creation of the standard selectors API. Microsoft and Nokia bundle jQuery on their platforms. Microsoft includes it with Visual Studio for use within Microsoft's ASP.NET AJAX framework and ASP.NET MVC framework, while Nokia has integrated it into the Web Runtime Widget development platform. jQuery has also been used in MediaWiki since version 1.16. Features: jQuery includes the following features: DOM element selections using the multi-browser open-source selector engine Sizzle, a spin-off of the jQuery project, DOM traversal and modification, DOM manipulation based on CSS selectors that uses node elements name and node elements attributes as criteria to build selectors, events, effects and animations, AJAX, JSON parsing, extensibility through plugins, utilities, such as user agent information, feature detection, compatibility methods that are natively available in modern browsers but need fallbacks for older ones, for example the in-array and each functions. Multi-browser support. Browser support. Both version 1x and 2x of jQuery support current 1 versions of Firefox, Google Chrome, Safari, and Opera. The version 1x also supports Internet Explorer 6 or higher. However, jQuery version 2x dropped Internet Explorer 6 Euro 8 support and can run only with IE 9 or higher. Including the library, the jQuery library is a single JavaScript file, containing all of its common DOM, event, effects, and AJAX functions. It can be included within a web page by linking to a local copy, or to one of the many copies available from public servers. jQuery has a CDN hosted by MaxCDN. Google and Microsoft host it as well. It is also possible to include jQuery directly from content delivery networks. Usage styles. jQuery has 2 usage styles, via the $, function, which is a factory method for the jQuery object. These functions, often called commands, are chainable as they all return jQuery objects. Via $. Prefixed functions. These are utility functions, which do not act upon the jQuery object directly. Typically, access to and manipulation of multiple DOM nodes begins with the $, function being called with a CSS selector string, which results in a jQuery object referencing matching elements in the HTML page. This node set can be manipulated by calling instance methods on the jQuery object, or on the nodes themselves. For example, this line finds the union of all div tags with class attribute test and all p tags with CSS class attribute quote, adds the class attribute blue to each matched element, and then increases their height with an animation. The $and add functions affect the matched set, while the add class and slide down affect the referenced nodes. Besides accessing DOM nodes through jQuery object hierarchy, it is also possible to create new DOM elements if a string passed as the argument to $ looks like HTML. For example, this line finds an HTML select element with ID equals car makes, and adds an option element with value VAG, and text Volkswagen. The methods prefixed with $$ are convenience methods or affect global properties and behavior. For example, the following is an example of the iterating function called each in jQuery. This writes 2, 3, 4 to the console. It is possible to perform browser-independent AJAX queries using $AJAX and associated methods to load and manipulate remote data. This example posts the data name equals John and location equals Boston to example PHP on the server. When this request finishes successfully, the success function is called to alert the user. If the request fails, it will alert the user to the failure, the status of the request, and the specific error. Jquery Plugins. Jquery's architecture allows developers to create plugin code to extend its functionality. Currently there are thousands of jQuery plugins available on the web that cover a wide range of functionality such as AJAX helpers, web services, data grids, dynamic lists, XML and XSLT tools, drag and drop, events, cookie handling, and modal windows. An important source of jQuery plugins is the plugins subdomain of the jQuery project website. However, in an effort to rid the site of spam, the plugins in this subdomain were accidentally deleted in December 2011. The new site will include a GitHub-hosted repository, which will require developers to resubmit their plugins and to conform to new submission requirements. There are alternative plugin search engines like Jquery and that take more specialized approaches, such as listing only plugins that meet certain criteria. Jquery provides a learning center, which can help users understand JavaScript and get started developing jQuery plugins. Release history. Testing framework. Qnit is a test automation framework used to test the jQuery project. The jQuery team developed it as an in-house unit testing library. The jQuery team uses it to test its code and plugins, but it can test any generic JavaScript code, including server-side JavaScript code. As of 2011, the jQuery testing team uses Qnit with Test Swarm to test each jQuery codebase release. See also: Comparison of JavaScript frameworks, jQuery UI, jQuery Mobile, references. Further reading. External links, official website, API reference, jQuery UI, Dmitry Gaskin Google Tech Talk on YouTube, 2008.